Hey all, welcome to Share Trek. This is Raj here. Guys, I hope you are having a good week so far. The Nasdaq didn't look that great today. Hopefully the debt ceiling issue gets resolved and put behind us. But even if that happens, as I mentioned in my previous video, things are not that hunky-dory. But we can always enjoy joyride on the FANG train because technology seems to be doing better. And we have also had a brief period of really good performance of genomic companies, even though it's not enough to wipe out the red from most of the portfolios. That said, today I want to take a quick look at Illumina. We have details of the Illumina board meeting that will give us a flavor of things to come for Illumina. So with that, let's get started. Welcome back, friends. We already know that Icahn got one board member and was successful in ousting the chairman. However, there is more color to the story, and it shows that Francis DeSouza is still strong. Last week, CEO Francis DeSouza managed to keep his position on the board despite facing a challenge from investor Icahn and his nominees. According to a filing made by the company on Tuesday, we get more information. It seems DeSouza received more than twice the number of shareholder votes compared to Icahn's nominee, ensuring his continued seat on the board. Although the result of the vote was already known, the specific vote count had not been revealed before. This outcome allows DeSouza to continue in his role, even though Icahn managed to gather enough support from shareholders to remove Illumina's board chair, John Thompson, and appoint one of his own nominees, Andrew Tino. Icahn's intention was to replace both DeSouza and Thompson on the board, and he expressed his desire for the former CEO of Illumina, Jay Flatley, to come back and head the company once again. Over the past 52 weeks, the company's share price has been decreasing. I think it has decreased almost 18.4 or 18.5% so far. A year ago, DeSouza received the highest number of votes among the company's candidates with a total of 13 million votes. This year, however, he received 9.3 million votes, surpassing only Thompson and all three of Icahn's nominees. So this shows that even though Francis DeSouza is still strong, there has been a little bit of erosion in his strength, as shown by the decreased number of votes that he has got compared to what he used to get before. Tino, one of Icahn's nominees, received 7.7 million votes, while Thompson received 4.5 million votes. The other two nominees put forward by Icahn received the fewest number of votes among everybody contesting for the board seats. So that shows that Icahn is not as strong on Illumina board, and there is a little bit more that Icahn will have to take into consideration, as you will see when we go ahead with this video. Icahn has expressed criticism similar to what I hold about Illumina. He has expressed criticism towards both DeSouza and Thompson for their decision to acquire Grail for $7.1 billion, despite the objection from antitrust regulators in United States and Europe. Illumina went ahead with the acquisition, and however, these regulators are now attempting to compel the company to reverse the deal. And I already spoken to you earlier about the reserve made for EU fines, which is going to be a percentage of global turnover of Grail. So following the acquisition, Illumina experienced a significant decline in market value, losing around $50 billion in overall market value. This is exactly a loss for the shareholders, and I was hoping that the shareholders will be really concerned and they would give Icahn a lot of support, but that did not happen. It's still possible that shareholders are concerned, but they trust that Francis DeSouza will take them to the destination and bring a turnaround in the fortunes of the company. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But even if if they decided to sell off Grail, that would be a substantial loss. I don't think they're going to get $7.1 billion for Grail if they sold it now. So that's the stark situation which has caused all this turmoil. To address the situation, Illumina has announced that it plans to expand the board from 9 members to 11. So the situation that Illumina is talking about is the invasion by Carl Icahn. So even if Carl Icahn manages to get his 3 board members in place in the next round, they want to expand the board by 2 more so that Carl Icahn still would not have as much influence. So that's the plan for the board. And the company has been already conducting interviews with CEOs of publicly traded healthcare companies and CFOs with Wall Street experience from publicly traded company as potential candidates to the board. Additionally, Illumina intends to elect a new board chair very soon. So the fact that Carl Icahn's 2 nominees received the fewest number of votes and Illumina's plan to expand the board from 9 members to 11 speaks volumes of DeSouza's determination to thwart Carl Icahn. I'm afraid that this means that the share price for Illumina is going to continue to be in the bottom. So just let's take a quick look at the price chart before we close out the video. Here we are in the TradingView platform looking at Illumina chart. Each of these candles is a 1-day candle. And as you can see, we had a bit of gain on Wednesday, that is today. And still we are under the diagonal line of resistance, which used to be a line of support earlier, and we broke down below it on the 25th of May, and we are still consolidating under this line of resistance. And even if we were to travel along with the line of resistance until 20th of June 2023 or potentially 23rd of June 2023, we'll still have a resistance at 208.37, which is coming from the horizontal line of resistance, which has been tested over a period of time. The momentum is also below average, and MACD is also bearish. So I'm thinking that Illumina is in for a lot of pain for, I think, the near future until this Grail issue is resolved. I was thinking that if Carl Icahn got his board members and he was able to oust Francis DeSouza and bring Jay Flatley, we would already be there with the disposal of Grail, or at least a conciliatory note towards the FTC and the European authorities, so that the heat can be reduced and maybe potentially the penalties can be negotiated down, and the reserve that was kept for EU penalties on Grail can be released back to the shareholders. So none of that seems to happen. So there is going to be a good portion of the shareholders who are disappointed with the outcome. So I'm expecting that we are still going to have a weak Illumina share price going forward, unless they come up with some really good product announcement or any major development which is bullish. I think bearishness is going to grip this share. And if I was to zoom out and look at the highs, at some point of time, let me just move this out so that we can see the peak. So at the peak, okay, I still can't see the price here. So let me just pull it out. So we were above 280 at one point of time. It shows here $302. So at one point of time, the share had quoted at $302, and since then it has been steadily falling. And at this point of time, we are at 196.45, and we seem to be on our way down. So unfortunately, the board result didn't go the way that I expected it to be, and I'm thinking that we are going to be consolidating sideways for a while, maybe dipping a little bit. We have a support coming in at 180.79, and I'm sure that in the short term we are definitely going to test that support. In the meantime, I would have been happy to say that PSEB is going to be doing great because the problems with Illumina could be positive for PSEB. However, PSEB has been booking losses, and it has got a lot of debt. So I want to do a detailed video on PSEB at a later date once I get some time to look into its balance sheet and all, so watch out for that. But right now, suffice to say that Illumina is not looking that great. So my friends, that brings me to the end of this video. I hope you like this, and if you have your own opinions about Illumina, please do not hesitate to put that into the comments below. It helps me to understand your point of view, and it improves my ability to analyze. So if you have any theories, please put it down there. And if you already have Illumina in your portfolio, what is your plan? Are you going to hold it? Are you going to sell calls? Or are you going to sell the share and liquidate your position? Or are you going to buy and dollar cost average? Please let me know. I'd be very keen to know about that. That brings me to an end of this video, my friends. And if you like this video, please do not hesitate to press a like out there. And if you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe, because many of our viewers are not subscribers. So if you guys subscribe, we'll touch the 4,000 subscriber number very quickly. So I look forward to your continued support. Thanks and have a great day. Bye for now.